Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, everyone. Welcome back to Gleam Girls TV. I am Felicia Hill, the fashionista, and I am joined, as always, by my beautiful psychic co-host, Miss Tara. Hello, darling.
Hello, darling. And you are looking every bit the fashionista, honey. Thank God I'm not the fashionista. Thank God
Well,
I look like you. I'm like, thank you, Jesus. Thank
yes, well, I suited up in mine. I don't know if you guys can get a good look at it. Oh,
included.
crap, with these virtual backgrounds. It's
Gorgeous.
a sequin jersey, right?
So,
So, because today we are going to, first of all, let me just give Tara the credit. She came up with the title of today's episode. We are on episode 5. We're on episode cinco, cinque, whichever language, pick one. Episode 5, 50 Shades of Gray Hair.
oh, say it isn't so. I wish.
You did. She came up with it. So, what do we mean by 50 Shades of Gray Hair? What we mean by that is that today we are going to be discussing dating this new freaky old man in their 50s plus. I don't know for all of those that don't know about dating in your 50s, if you have not reached this age yet, but men nowadays are super freaks.
Yeah.
Rick James ain't got shit on them.
No,
Okay.
yeah. Like I said, don't put that on the poor Rick. No offense to report innocent Rick James.
Exactly, exactly. But there is a new freakiness running in men. And I don't know if we blame Viagra, Cialis, porn, the internet. I don't know. But today we are here to discuss this new freaky old man, hence the title 50 Shades of Gray Hair. So we are going to jump right in, get started. And we are going to discuss, first, we're going to discuss some famous freaky men slash little bit of hot topics. And we are going to start with the Shannon Sharp settlement. Okay, for all of those that's been living under a rock, Shannon Sharp had started having a sexual relationship with a young OnlyFans model who, at the time when they met, she was 19 and I believe he was 52 or 53. Anyway, he was too damn old to be messing with a 19-year-old, but hence he did. And the relationship went on. I believe she filed a I don't know, what do you call it? Assault, harassment, I don't know, a suit against him. She first asked for $10 million dollars and they were working on a deal. And then word got out that he was about to sign a $100 million deal with a podcast company. And she lawyered up. And then she came back and said she wanted $50 million. And then it got a little nasty. A lot of information came out. And then word on the street that just happened this week is that he settled, and it's anywhere between 20 and $23 million. Plus, he got fired from ESPN. So, Tara, I have been rambling.
I didn't know it was
Freaky,
that high.
yes, freaky old man number one. We're starting with Shannon Sharp. Give us your opinion.
First of all, throwback because these are women over 50. Talk about freaks of the industries, right?
Right.
Like what is going on? So number one, yes, I'm out here. Yes, these men are freaky. Shannon Sharp. Funny enough, I liked Shannon Sharp. I don't know anything about football or his career. I liked him. Here's what's sad. He had it all. And he had a great fucking podcast. And you and I know it's a hard thing to do to carry something yourself, to have the charisma. He had it all. He was an athlete, but he had the charisma. He was so well prepared. He knew everything about his guests. He made them feel good. He had a gift. And he took this gift and he threw it away.
Well, he
For
still has the podcast for the record. He still
yeah,
has the podcast. He just got fired. He had, just before all this came out, he was on a roll. He had
yeah,
had
but
the
he
the
had his
big interview with Cat Williams. His podcast was number one on YouTube. He was making money hand over fist. He got hired for ESPN for their show called First Take, and then they fired him because ESPN is owned by Disney. So there you go.
but it's not going to be the same. I'm sorry, I don't care. I highly doubt it. I could be wrong. My prediction could be wrong. There's no way he's going to have the viewers that he did because I'm going to check out. And as most women are, I'm sorry, he's not going to have the same credibility. If this shit's going to be looming over him, and if it's a podcast, what no one's going to bring this up to him. Like, come on. So I don't care. He fumbled the ball and the
Bundle the ball in the back. I will say this, that I feel like the reason for his settlement is because some stuff was going to come out. And something that I have been wanting to always, just in case you guys haven't looked at some of our earlier episodes, Tara and I have discussed this Shannon Sharp situation. I believe you can go back to probably our first or second podcast where we did discuss this. And something that I always forgot to say to you. Now, their sexual relationship began at 19, which means she's not legal to drink. So, can you imagine probably reason why he settled? Because I bet you they probably threw in, oh, okay, you supply drugs and alcohol. Not this, this is allegedly, I don't know if it did occur, but just imagine this 50-year-old man in a hotel room with an OnlyFans chick, and there was drugs and alcohol involved. He could have caught a case on that too by supplying illegal substances to a minor. So I see why he settled. And then you told me there was a lot of freakiness going on, like some slavery cosplay. I don't know. So he did not want all of this to come out, which is really sad because he is out here giving generational wealth to young girls who just, this is the reason why we're discussing this. What is with this new freakiness in old men? Like, seriously, you have so much self-control in other arenas of your life, but not when it comes to your pants.
with
Can't
your
keep your zipper up? Come on.
yeah, that is the part. I get the crazy freak, these like weird, rich, aristocratic weirdos who, laws for thee, but not for me. But these men who have come up the ranks like him, how hard it is and the discipline that you need. You understand the discipline that you need to be an athlete, an elite athlete, and to get up and do that and sacrifice. And then what are you doing? And let's be clear, he's 50, she's 19. What the F are you doing? This is a baby. I don't care. She's legal. She's barely legal. The maturity of this girl and the vulnerability, like, what are you doing? It's like so gross. I could never look at my father or my grandfather ever again in the same light. I'm sorry. I would lose all respect for them.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and especially, it's funny. He's kind of a cheapskate in real life. And
Well,
some of the comments that I heard online was like, I guess he had an episode where he didn't want to give his daughter $30,000 for her wedding. And someone said, "Oh, you didn't want to give your daughter $30,000 for a wedding, but you just gave this little, side freak $25 million. You have set her up for life." So, you know, listen,
oh, the
he
universe.
settled.
Okay. And isn't that interesting? Because I think in our past as well, we've seen men that have a lot of money and don't think they're going to be so generous when you need it. They're going to be generous when they want it. And that's it.
Yes.
But the
Okay, and
universe,
we're kind of jumping ahead. Yes.
oh,
Put a
I'm
pin in that. We're going to get to that with men dating these freaky men and how they are with their money. Okay, freaky man number two is P. Diddy. P. Diddy, we all know it's all played out. It all came out in the wash, in court. But word on the street is that Donald Trump has taken meetings with P. Diddy's attorney to give him, because these are federal charges. A president is allowed to, dismiss federal charges. They did not bring state charges on him. They brought federal charges. So word on the street is that P. Diddy's lawyers met with Donald Trump's lawyers or whatever team in the White House last week. Hi, Tara. What do you think about P. Diddy getting a pardon?
remember what we say, ain't no pardon like a P. Diddy pardon, like a Diddy pardon. That's going to be his next jam, right?
Take that, take that, take that, America.
She did it. Ugh. Girl, I did not. I'm going to see my psychic. I was like, no way,
I
no.
called it. I
You did
called
it.
it.
You did. You did. You have the gift, girl, and that's why we need each other. Because when my shit's sleeping, yours is awake. I
Hmm.
did not see this happen, and you did. You said it. You said it. You said it. Because I was like, no way is this man. Because I know Donald Trump is so egotistical. P. Diddy was a big Democratic, not even donor, but he was a hype man for the Democrats. He's on literally, I was gonna say tape, but video, dogging out Donald Trump. So
Yeah.
and let's be clear. The Donald doesn't really hang around with anybody shade. That's not in the orange family.
Right,
And
right,
so
right,
I just think
right.
so.
Or from a European country.
Yeah, he just I just can't. So anyway, yeah, I would say I'm shocked. I'm in upside down world. I feel like Donald Trump thinks he's still on The Apprentice, and this is how he's
Mm,
running it. Like we'll get headlines. Let's detract from Epstein. Let's do Diddy now. Oh, you know what? Like so, girl.
yeah, yeah.
All I
He
can say is I'm praying to God that that man gets what he deserves. That man should not be out. The world is safer. I have reached Diddy fatigue because I was consumed by it.
yeah, yeah, you
See,
were.
let's
And here
see.
would you say, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I said, let's see. Let's see what happens.
Oh, right, right. And the other thing too is that you can really, something that I really didn't take to heart when I was younger, but you can judge a person by the friends they hang out with. Birds of a feather flock together. And isn't it ironic that Donald Trump was friends with Jeffrey Epstein, and then he was friends, and now he wants to give P. Diddy a pardon. And just a little side note here, he just moved Ghislaine Maxwell to a basically camp fed. Camp Cupcake. He just moved her from a maximum security prison to like a prison, a federal prison in Texas where you can get day passes. So there is something going on there. And all I have to say is that we all just got to keep put two and two together. And we are not going down the Epstein rabbit hole. I'm just saying, judge a man by his friends and who he hangs out with, because birds of a feather flock together. Okay, moving on. Because we don't have we want our immigration status to remain the same.
Yeah, right. Oh
Anyway,
God,
God bless.
man.
Oh God. Anyway, freaky man number three is the controversy that has kind of taken Instagram by storm. Is that Deion Sanders? We didn't know what was going on with him, but we knew he was ill. He came out with an Instagram video, basically holding a bladder bag, showing blood going into it, because he revealed that he is, and God bless him, because I have had cancer touch so many people in my life. He is battling bladder cancer. And I believe he just had his entire bladder removed. Well, when he released the video, unbeknownst to the world, he is dating beautiful young Karrueche, as in Karrueche fan who started dating Chris Brown after he whooped Rihanna's ass. Karrueche Tran is a beautiful 37-year-old girl, and Deion Sanders is 57 with ex-wives and grown kids that are playing in an NFL now. And the internet has kind of been like, why are you with this old man? Now, I will just say this in my opinion, as someone who has married an older man before, who dates older men, I do not like young men. What I am getting from this is that when you start to take care of a man who's battling, anytime you're taking care of someone that is sick, that's a lot of work you put into them. And she's 37. And someone said it best. Has he earned the right to this young girl's youth and to have her be by his side? And someone said it best. Well, what has he put in? Are you in the will, Carucci, while you're taking care of him? So I don't know. What's your thoughts on 37-year-old Carucci Tran dating 57-year-old cancer battling Deion Sanders?
Couple things come to mind. I'm going to take a little bit opposition. Number one, I didn't know she was 37 because she looks so damn good. She looks like she could be literally 25.
17.
She's so teeny tiny. I fell in love with her at Claws. Did you ever watch Claws? Such
Hmm.
a show, and she killed it. So she's talented, and we know she likes crazy men. I'm not. I was surprised and totally shook. If did not, I was like Karuchi Tran. I'm gonna tell you, I'm not mad at this. He's a good-looking, handsome man. They're of a great age, 37, 57, no problem. If she was 27 or whatever, I'd whatever. And I gotta tell you, internet, have a heart. Someone's like battling cancer. Do you need to be in the will? No. Maybe she's just a good person. How about that? Like, come on, can't we love each other in a different way? I don't want someone to be at my bedside because I'm gonna bequeath them my chateau in France. I want them to care enough. Maybe she's a good freaking person and she dated this guy, and you know what? Good for her. And shame on you, internet.
Okay. And hence me with my background today, because we're talking about matters of the heart and the heartbeats. And I will say this, and maybe I'm just maybe I'm just old.
It's all right.
Maybe I'm just old and I've experienced way too much heartbreak. Um, can an older man suck the energy out of a young girl? Her lifeline? Yeah, they can. Energy drainers, they can. And I'm not saying I completely, which is really weird for me because I don't like to follow the internet crowd, but I will say this. You're there by his side, you're taking care of him, and then let's say he makes it past his cancer battle, and then he gets up and leave her. And I don't know. That's the part that bothers me. And maybe I'm just a little too close to heartbreak right now. Just from just the stuff that I've seen, that I just don't want this young girl being taken advantage of by an old man who wants this young girl by his side as help him get through his cancer battle. And then what? Is he gonna marry her? Is he gonna dump her? Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, and maybe you're right. Just live in the moment, Karuchi, have yourself a good time. Be a bedside nurse, Florence Nightingale, do your thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just me.
But that's the beauty. We can have opposing sides. I get your side and I get my side. I understand your side too, because I don't know, But can I tell you something funny? I was with my daughter yesterday, and oh boy, we were giggling it up and
Oh,
laughing.
good.
It was really cute. And what she told me? Because we were talking about older men and cheating, and
Yeah.
I'm going to derail a little bit, but you had told me about Dune. And
Right.
he
The
said,
movie
oh,
Dune.
the author of the Dune was really good friends with Alan Watts, and who is like a metaphysical guy. And
Yes.
she
Yeah.
read Alan
Yeah.
Watts. Both my kids like him. So we were talking about that. And we were talking about older men. And she goes, well, and somehow we were talking about Stephen Hawking. And she goes, well, Stephen Hawking left his wife for his nurse. And I go,
Yep.
say what to who? She goes, yeah.
Yep.
I go, wait a minute. Mr.
Yes. That's Stephen
Paraplegic
Hawkins.
left his wife for his nurse. I almost crashed my car into the. I was like,
He did. He did.
uh,
He did.
again, again. I don't even know what to say.
This is my point. This is the point that I'm making going, I listen, and this is what we do when we're 37. Hence us saying that I don't really like discussing young girls on here because I was 37 and I was allowed to make my mistakes as you should. This is for women over 50, and this is what I don't know. I'm gonna leave young girl alone. I wish her the best. I just can just because I've been down this road less traveled, I'm a little bit further along the road than her, and I have seen men like this. They face their own mortality and they get scared, and then here's this beautiful young girl helping him, praying for him, talking to his doctors with him, and
Then he gets better and he finds somebody else and he leaves her.
yeah, yeah, or he dies. I hate to be macabre about this, but what if he dies? And she's been by his side and she's feeding him and she's changing his diapers. Does he put her in the will? You know, like, I'm sorry, does he? You know, I hate to be morbid about this, but like, you're being his caretaker, and is he gonna take care of you? Just the question I have. That's all. All righty. Okay, so moving on, we're going to move on to our next section. Next section in today's episode, it's all about 50 Shades of Gray Hair, how to date or not freaky older men. So
Mm.
here is where we're going to move on to our next section, which is titled How to Practice Safe Sex, as in sex and sexual relations and all of it. How does one protect herself? And I'm going to begin with a story. I just told you the story, Tara, and I'll make it really quick. I was dating a retired NBA guy, and I will say this, he made a point of informing me about his desire to swing more before he wanted to know more about me.
Middle name.
Yeah, more than my middle name. He felt the need. Literally, we were on the phone. He called me on the phone, and for 45 minutes, when I tell you he went on a rant, he went on a 45-minute rant about how basically he started swinging and how he goes to these, exclusive resorts and the islands and blah, 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 blah. And ladies, when a man starts to tell you some crazy crap, You just need to sit back and act like it's just like he's telling you, he's reading you a Bible story. Do not react to the crazy because you need to hear all of this. And I do believe men will show you and tell you who they are. And I sat back and I listened and I just said, you know what? I don't want to judge anybody. Good for you, but that's not for me. And he pretended like it was. But here's the deal. There are so many men out there that their goal is to turn out women. And we all have to be careful. And you think you've seen it all when you get over 50,
Oh,
but
God.
what? You've been
God.
through this?
No, I'm just thinking you think you've seen it all. That's what I mean.
You
I'm like,
haven't.
you think honestly, like never in my 20s, like I'm like now I'm seeing this shit. I can't take it.
Yeah, yeah. There is an entire new community as it's always been there, but I feel like now I've dated a lot of men that are over 50 that have these sexual proclivities that are like beyond anything that I want to start getting involved in, especially being 55. But men will show you this is what they're into. They'll either try to get you to go to strip clubs with them. It's a whole bunch of stuff. So ladies, you have to be careful because just because you're over 50, because our 50 is we're like the new 30.
Yes,
Come on.
yes.
We still look young and men and some men can too, especially he's a former athlete. Okay. So all I'm saying is that we are vulnerable for being, I hate to use this word, but turned out, even in our 50s, because you think you're in love with this guy and you're like, oh, we're older now, the whole nine, but no. So have you ever experienced something like this where a man tried to get you to get involved in his sexual lifestyle? I'm
Really,
asking the question. I'm
really.
trying to have a formal conversation
Uh,
and act like I don't know everything about your life, Missy.
uh, yes, and I have to tell you, ew, like I said, why now? Like I told you, I was a single mom in my 30s. I was single with two little kids, you know, not
Right.
money to burn, but doing my thing, had a great job, you know, living it up. And I've never seen the amount of freaky, crazy, degenerate, diabolical shit that I have seen from the time I turned 45 to 50. Because I literally was like, I'm into spirituality. So I'm like, well, is, what is, I even said to you, I said, I always believe you bring in stuff. So I go, well, what am I bringing in? What the hell am I exuding some weird P. Diddy sex cult shit? The one man was weirder than the next. And these are guys that have great job. Like you would let's just say this, you would never know from the outside. These are not guys in entertainment or whatever. These last three men I dated were all in different industries, one freakier than the next, to the point that I'm like, mind is blown. I don't know. It grossed me out because at this age, I want a man who is settled into himself. I want a man who's done this in his 20s and 30s, has tasted all the ice creams at Baskin Robbins, every flavor, and it's like, you know what? I want this flavor. This is the flavor that I want. This is what I want to come home to. These weirdo guys that now at this age aren't embarrassed because at this point they're just old perverts.
Freaks.
Old perverts. That's what they are. They're old perverts. And it's disgusting. And I literally looked at them like,
Unfortunately, I'm thinking that we are now living in a day and age where people aren't really growing up, especially men. Men are not growing up. And listen, and I'm not trying to blame all the world's problems on porn, but it is on our cell phones. I had a friend who worked at T-Mobile, and she would say there would be so many old men going in there, be like, I can't get on the internet anymore. And they would just have so much porn downloaded. Grandpa had so much porn downloaded to his phone, it was slowing down everything. And I don't know if it's the porn, it's the internet, it's Viagra, but men nowadays, because they can now continue to have sex, be like they were when they were younger, to just pop a pill. The invention of porn and OnlyFans and strip clubs. And let's be honest, stripper culture has hit mainstream and everybody now is twerking and dancing. And I don't know because like
Right.
listen, I enjoy great sex. I do, but there comes a point where I no, I don't want to share my man with another woman. I don't want to share my man with another couple. So, and and then I literally have stopped dating guys because I'm like, they're like looking at me like I'm a prude, like I'm not like out here enough. And I'm looking at them like, whoa, when are you gonna slow down? You're pushing 65. So
Yeah, I mean, if I didn't do this shit when I was looking hot at 30, like you think I'm gonna do it now at 50? And I think you're right, V. I think I didn't think of it this way. You're brilliant. It is the porn. Because we didn't have porn. We didn't have porn. This is, and I'm gonna tell you something.
no,
You're
we
right.
had porn.
Not like this, not on your phone at all.
Oh,
You
right. At easy access.
pay 59.99 and that shit had to show up on your bill at your house where it said HBO
Right.
plus the night series. No one was doing that shit. They were going to a hotel and maybe getting it. Well, like no one was doing that, right? Where your bill sit on your bill. Now everybody has it, and you're right. Like these guys have it. It's disgusting. I've seen their Instagrams. It's like naked ladies, like gross. At some point, they're desensitized, and I'm all for sex, but there's a different energy that comes through these kind of men. It's an energy of not just desperation, but of getting something that they didn't. There's a different feel to it. It's like a feeling, it's something very different. And that's the part that grosses me out.
I think now is because too, we have lost connection. If you think about it, if you did not want to leave your house for a week, you don't have to. You could still get food delivered. You can pay your bills on your phone. You can have porn at the ready and any kind of porn you want. It's there on the internet.
I think it's it. I really think
There's no human connection
no,
anymore.
I think you hit the nail on the head. I think it's just the porn at its fingertips. I think we didn't have this before. And I think it's freaking I really do believe because a lot of these guys I notice have a porn addiction. They don't need, and when I said to them, do you think maybe? And they're like, no. And I'm like, this isn't normal. Like every day, 4 or 5, like that's not normal. And they don't even realize it because it's like watching the housewives for them. They're like, oh, a new
Mhm.
episode. Let's see what she's having sex with today. And then it's, oh, girl,
Yeah, yeah. And you know what else I've run into dating over 50?
keep
Thanks for
going.
the bell.
Keep going.
Hey, let me be quiet. I can't hear it till my mic shuts off. Ring the bell.
Oh, I was like, rebuke. I
Perfect.
rebuke the freak.
You know what else I've run into over 50 dating are men trying when you don't want to have sex with a man right away. And then they're kind of looking at you like, come on, we're old. What are we waiting on? We could die. Don't throw that line at me. That's my first sign to be like, bye. Is that how about I would just like to get to know you before I share my precious gift with you? How about I'd like to know who you are and your middle
No,
name, what you do for a living? And how about I'm not holding out for a ring? How about I'm just holding out for like see who the hell you are before I sleep with some freak? But now men try, I have seen older men try to use some passive aggressive moves against women when you don't want to sleep with them right away.
well, because they don't want to get to know you. They don't want to know their history. They
Ah.
don't want to have connection. They don't care who you are. They don't care about your children. And they sure as hell don't care about your leaky roof. No, they don't care. All they're trying to get to is that and on to the next one. And somebody will. And that's it. The porn, the swiping,
The
everything.
instant gratification.
We all live like emperors, okay? Little emperors. We are all like emperors in China that have like, we want DoorDash. I want a pizza at 3 a.m. Bling. I want to watch porn. And then bling. I want to watch, we come from the culture of cartoons were once a day, 1 day a week from 2 hours. You
Right.
know, porn,
We
you had
had
to
to wait on the next episode of Dallas and Good Times.
wait. We talked and we discussed it. You wanted to get a pornographic magazine. You had to walk your ass to the 7-Eleven and go in the back and to look a man in the eye and say, I want that super booty hoe magazine in front of a mom with a nurse and baby and the milk at the local bodega. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
now everything is just so easy and super access. I think you're right. I think it's,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
we can't lose faith. We can't lose
No,
faith.
we can't. And you have to, again, this ties into everything that we always talk about. It has to seriously do with self-love. Which brings us to our next subject is protecting yourself out here with these people. Tara now is going to give us some tips on protecting yourself and your energy, basically your energy, and just tell us how it shows up and what we can do because they are out here. There are some vampires out here. So,
Oh, absolutely. So
oh
watch Sinners if you want a crash course on anything. So
my God,
yes,
so
thank
good.
you. So
So
that's
good.
one of the things is that like I still believe in goodness, even though there is this out there, there are still wonderful good men out there that are shifting and the universe is changing. And truly we are a new earth. We are a new earth per Eckhart Tolle, which means we're vibrating at a different frequency. And what is frequency? But energy. Yeah, you need to say something?
I definitely wanted to say, can you truly tell us how to protect ourselves against love bombers? When guys love bomb you, how do you run for cover when you're being love bombed? Because it can be a little confusing. I will admit I have fallen for the love bomb.
I
And I
think
didn't even know
oh,
I had been love bombed because it had never happened to me before. And then I was like, is that what this is? Go.
well, full disclosure, I have been the love bomber and I've
Ooh.
been love bombed. Yeah, that's why I know I could.
Mm.
But here's the deal, from a spiritual point of view, you can't protect yourself, and I'll tell you why. Because sometimes people come into our lives for different reasons. So, yes, the way you can protect yourself is by instinct. And I know, and you know, that whenever these men came in, we saw they call them red flags. I call them God's truth. I call them
Mm.
intuition, where everything you go, everything's great. And then you go, wait a minute, that's your intuition.
Mm.
That's what's going to save you. Okay, maybe round one, round two, round three, round four, depending where your soul is at, don't you
Okay.
worry. How you protect yourself is that you pray to God or whoever you believe in. God will save you at some point until your lesson is learned. And you pray to learn that lesson and you learn it. And you say, next time, I'm not going to do that. And when you see that behavior, you'll get it quicker. It's these women that stay for 50 years or 40 years and 30 years and they're not learning the lesson. You can wake up to this and we're all going to get it because all it is love bombing is just manipulation. Men come in and they manipulate you in different ways, right? Some it's money, some it's your appearance. They look for your weakness. They look for what they're going to get a reaction from. It's not even weakness, and that's where they go to. And so we're going to get strong enough that you're not going to attract that anymore. But even if you do, because we all do, I am psychic. People pay money for me to tell them stuff. And I
Right.
have been love bombed. I have been lied to. This just happened to me. And trust me, I thought, wait a minute, am I not like this blew my world up more than most people because my life is about instinct. So I didn't listen to it. It's like me being like a love coach. And I'm like, well, uh,
Right. Right.
but
Right.
but I
Right.
had to realize, no, this is what we needed. So how do you protect yourself from? Good question. By looking at the signs and listening to them. So when God talks to you, it could be through signs. It could be through a song. Mostly
Mhm.
through feelings. Listen to your feelings. If this feels weird, if this feels off, it is. It is.
Oh,
It
you're
is.
so right. You're so right. Because when I think about when I was love bombed, it was just something in the back of my mind goes, huh, that's interesting. Huh. Just a little something. It's just like, okay, okay. You're
Yeah.
so right about that. That's that female. We know, and especially the older we get, we have lived with this for too long. We know, we know. But here's the deal. You know why I think why older women can get love bombed easier? Because imagine we've been single for a long time. You and I, we both got a divorce. Well, we both marriages ended in different ways when you were pushing 30 and I was in 30, I was at 30. Um, and then imagine when you've just been single and you've been out here in these streets and you've had your heart broken, and here comes somebody who comes along.
Imagine. Let me try to imagine. Hold on. Give me
Imagine, exactly. Both of us.
no.
We both know. We know this life. And then here comes a guy who comes along and he just seems like he's doing everything right. But you're being love bombed. But because it's like, wow, you've been single for 20 years and you're like, is this happening? Is this happening? I think this is when you really probably should pull away And or maybe not, as you just said, maybe it's meant to be. It's a lesson.
It is. It
It's
is.
so
I get
interesting.
it.
It's the dichotomy. It's
It
so
was
interesting.
crazy because at the same time, I put my wall up when this happened, and I was like, nope, 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 nope. And my instinct, my people talk to me. And just put it out there. I hear voices. I'm not, I'm not schizophrenic. They talk to me, and they were like, no, let this go, let him in. And so
Mm,
I got mad when I got burnt, but then I realized, oh, there was a lesson here, and I left there a better person. I left there more confident, better, wonderful. Trust and believe that person did not. I did because the universe knew that I'm a good person in heart and I went in with good intentions. So
okay.
I tried everything to go, nope, I'm not doing this. And nope, I was dating other people. Nope, 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 nope. So we have to take it all together. Yeah. If you feel like things are not right, ask questions and ask your spirit guides. You'll know where to go, and sometimes people come in your life for a reason too, to learn and to say, you know what, next time I'm not going to do that. Next time,
Okay.
and that's the problem with the love bombing is it takes different forms. It's like a vampire. The vampire will tell you anything you need to hear. And so the love bombing comes in, do you need money? Do you need this? Do you need attention? Do you need time? And
Ugh.
they know your defenses, baby. I know you have your walls up, baby. No one's loved you like I have.
Oh, girl, stop.
This is the
Stop.
I've never felt like this. It's you. It's you. You make me feel like this, baby. You don't understand how beautiful you are. You don't understand. You've never been loved. You've never been
Oh,
cherished the way that I can love you. Okay, let me in. Let me in. And they're like,
right, right. Because a vampire can't come in unless you invite them in. Oh,
invite them in, girl, into your house or into your vagina.
wow. Something that I would definitely want to talk about too, which, we watch a lot of podcasts, you and I, and we read a lot of books, but, it's funny. I feel like there's always a mind, body, spirit connection. And I have been seeing eye floaters, which
Oh,
I can kind of like close my eyes and it's like, or just out the corner of my eye, there's like something floating, or I see like sparks of light. What is that? Are those my angels trying to protect me? Do I need to go get, better readers? What's happening with floaters? Because I always know there's a mind, body, spirit connection. So can you talk about that?
oh, I love this. Yeah, no one ever talks about this. This has happened to me for the last 10 years, and I used to Google it and read it and everything. Now, what I'm about to say, that I'm not a doctor, I'm not a medical doctor. If you're seeing floaters, there is a condition, and I'm gonna get out my glasses. It's called posterior vitreous detachment, okay? Where your membrane, vitreous membrane detaches from your like cornea and you see floaters, go to the doctor. This is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a spiritual situation. Okay. So floaters, what are they? All it is, it's oh, and if you can put up the picture, here it is of what it looks like. It looks like little spirals, right? In your vision. Can you see that? That we put up? Okay.
Yeah,
So these
it's up.
these little spirals, you see them when your eyes are open and you see them when your eyes are closed. So that's number one. You're like, oh, how can it be my vision if I see them when my eyes are closed too? Because
Okay.
through your eyes. And to me, what it is, it's negative energy. You're actually seeing negative energy. This happens to me certain times where I am heavy with it. And every time that I'm heavy with it, I feel tired. I don't feel good.
Mm,
I've been around negative people. Bombings have been happening, wars, and I feel it. And I get these darn floaters. Okay. So
mm.
that's what it is. It's negative energy that you're seeing. Okay. That's number one. Two, how do you get rid of it? Great question you ask. There's a ways. There's a couple ways that you can do it. Number one, you can go to the ocean. You can get in the ocean. If
Ooh.
you're lucky enough to live in the ocean, salt. Put yourself in salt, and you're gonna see immediately they go away like this. That's how I knew, oh shit, this can't be an eye problem. I was gonna go to the eye doctor. I'm like, wait a minute, how could it be that I went in the ocean? Then I went out, was okay. A couple days, did the same thing. You can do the same thing. You can take a bath with you need a lot of salt. You put salt around you, they will disappear. Here's another little trick. If you want to do
Wait, do you mean like Epsom salt or sea
yeah,
salt?
any kind of salt. It can't be
Okay.
iodized salt, Morton's. They kill the live stuff. It has to be sea salt, Epsom salt, magnesium, anything with real sea salt in it. Okay.
Okay.
Put
Okay.
it in the bath, a lot of it, at least 2 or 3 cups, and then look around and see if they're gone. Another trick for our Gleam girls, you're going to get this for free. Okay. If you're having floaters and you're wondering and you're feeling tired and you're feeling down, you're going to take a big giant thing of sea salt. Okay. Sea salt. You go outside, you're going to sit down, you're going to put it in a circle. right? Enough
Mm.
that you can sit or stand in that circle. Okay. Take the sea salt and you're going to do an unbreaking chain around you. Okay. Like, and the salt protects you. You see this like in witches movies and stuff. The salt is a barrier, it protects you. That's
I
why.
believe it.
Why do you think our continents are surrounded by salt water?
Okay.
We're
Okay.
protected, right? It's an energy protection. That's why islands have that feel because they're closer to they have that
Mm.
protection. You will see the minute that you go into that sea salt thing, if it's not an ocular problem, they go away instantly. Instantly, those black things will go away. So that's
Okay.
how you know it's energetic.
Well, here's the other thing, eye floaters that I see. I see kind of like little round balls of light.
Yeah, well, that's different. Those are like orbs. So I'm talking about the dark floaters
The
in your.
dark ones. Okay.
Yeah, so that'll be for another podcast because that's an orb,
Okay.
but specifically floaters. So I'm telling you, people out there, listen to this tip. No one talks about it. If you think your eye floaters are from negative energy, go get yourself some salt, put it in a circle, and step in it. And tell me, comment below. You don't know how many people go, holy shit, I can't believe this. They go away. So that shows you it's negative energy. And then in another podcast, we'll talk about how to get rid of that negative energy.
Okay. Something else that I've been coming across on the internet, and tell me what you think about this. And I made this mistake with my last guy, and they were saying that you should never tell a guy, which I had never thought of this. You should never tell your new guy how bad your old guy treated you.
Wait, I just saw this too. Wait a minute. Was
Oh my goodness. No such thing as a coincidence.
it was this old black lady. She's like, you dumbass, you're gonna tell him how bad you had it. You put up with that shit. No, you're gonna tell him how good it. And I was like, this woman is fucking.
Girl, and she was over 50 too. Here we go. We watched the same thing. I didn't even tell you this. I was like, "Ooh, I'm going to bring this up to her." So we're on the same page. This is meant to be. Okay, no such thing as a coincidence. Takes too much planning to have a coincidence. And you're never online. You don't even like being online, and the fact
And
that you saw this and this old black lady was telling her young daughter or granddaughter is that you should never tell your man, you started dating a man, and let's say your old boyfriend used to physically abuse you, or you bought him a car and he tricked you or whatever, you should never tell your new guy how badly you were treated by your old man. And Tara, with my last boyfriend, I told him how bad my other men had treated me. So do you bring it on your, like, what do you think that does? What do you think her advice really means? What's the deeper meaning of not telling your future man about how bad your old man treated you?
I mean, I get both sides of the coin, right? Because we want someone almost to feel sorry for us, but that's also
Ugh.
energy, right? And you're like, oh, look at me. And so there they see a weakness. Ah,
She
you
she she'll be down for she'll let me do what she'll let me walk all over her.
let me see what I can get away with. Okay, now we know. You know what I mean? Now we know. The same thing is anytime a man, and I've been single for a long time, anytime a man tells me that their ex-wife or they're crazy, she's crazy, I literally pack up my bag and go, I'm like, okay, we'll see you never, never. Like it's
Oh God.
the same thing. It's the same.
Tara, that's so
No,
true.
no, I know, I
That's
know.
so true. So then here we
Like,
are bragging.
men like competition. Men like to, they want competition and they don't want a wounded animal. Like, look, he ate, look, he knocked me on my head and it's, I
But
know,
you
I
know
know.
what it is? You know what it is? I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna speak for myself. I can't speak for other women. I told him that because I was just
Trying to
probably subliminally begging him not to break my heart. Please don't break my heart like these last guys have. And that's the reason why I did it. I literally was begging him in advance not to break my heart.
and we
And in
know
turn, he broke my heart.
because what kind of energy is that? Again, when we're like, please, please, I don't want to gain 20 pounds. No, I don't want to gain. I don't want to gain. No, no.
Well, and here's the deal. If you already have to tell a man not to break your heart in advance, I think you already know he's going to break your heart. Because you wouldn't say that to a guy who wasn't giving you that type of feeling in the it's that red flag I was ignoring. And I'm like telling him about how bad the last guy treated me because subliminally I was begging him not to do the same thing because maybe I knew it was going to happen anyway, inevitably. I need more wine.
Oh, damn, I don't have any. I'm so upset. I have nothing. Just
I
no.
need more wine. As Gabrielle Union says, we're going to need more wine, America.
Yeah, we got it. Okay, show us your shirt. But Daddy, I love him. I can't. I can't. This,
You know, listen, this
if
podcast,
you know, here's if you know, you know.
right, exactly.
Can I tell you the funniest thing that happened? Speaking of this, like the universe. So, I
What?
was driving
Yes.
my daughter in the car. I'm driving someone else's car, and the speakers are set up for the phone. And the phone starts ringing, and it goes, Daddy calling, calling. And I go, what is that? And she goes, oh my God, oh my God. She's trying to, I go, you have him saved in your phone as Daddy? And she's like, oh my God, oh my God. And she like, ah. And I go, ew. I was like, ew. And meanwhile, like her dad passed away. So it's not like
Right, 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 right.
I'm
You do not want.
driving, going like, oh, Dad. And he's like, I'm like,
I know, but what would have been funny if your phone then would have rang and it said Zaddy calling.
or whatever. Who even
You
knows?
have a Zaddy. That's what I need to make a new shirt says, but Zaddy,
If my
I
phone,
love you.
wait, it'd be like ancient ancestors calling, ancient ancestor calling. Like, who the hell? Mine would be so damn old at this point. Lord, from the grave, you know.
Okay, that's
Lot
funny. You
32.
know me, I love tongue-in-cheek stuff. And when I saw this shirt, I was like, oh my God, I have to have this shirt. I have
If
to
they
have it.
only knew, if you guys
It-
only knew the other side of the our like, what is it? Gleam Girls at night.
Yes, after dark. After dark is when we
Okay.
there's some stuff that will keep me and Tara laughing for hours. Let me just say that. Let me say
Okay.
that. Okay, please don't bother me as I try to adjust. Please do not adjust your screen. This is me trying to adjust mine.
You look great.
And
I do.
welcome to, would you
Oh,
say, honey?
no, I was gonna say I have a fashionista question for you before we start.
Okay, go.
If you can give me advice. How the hell I can't do hat and glasses? Like it doesn't work. How do we fix this?
You gotta put your glasses on, then put your hat on.
Okay, there you go. All right, got it.
So you want to put your glasses on now, or you're gonna wait?
Okay, it's okay. I already committed to this. I'm not like taking my,
I know, right? I got my phone here because I don't have my glasses on today. Okay, anyway, we're going to get started in three, two, one. Hi, everyone. I told you it was going to be the magic of TV. We are back because Tara had something to do and we were recording, not re-recording, but we're recording on another day. But we are here to wrap up our episode on freaky men, how to date or not men who are freaky in their 50s and above. So we left off talking about talking too much. And we had had a discussion about women telling their new man about their old man. Remember, I, Tara, and we both stumbled across the same wise ass black woman, wise ass black woman on Instagram telling her granddaughter or someone, do not tell a man that another man treated you badly. Well, on the flip side of that, it's also something that I've noticed is that, especially sometimes when you kind of have a lot going on, a lot of traits. For instance, we were talking about Tyra Banks. Why does Tyra Banks feel the need to be so self-deprecating? I never understood that, but I feel like that's her thing. And recently, as we discussed before, is that she revealed to E! News that if she's eating in bed and she leaves crumbs, she goes back and picks up the crumbs and eat them.
say this again. Oh,
Yeah, we have to wrap it up. I know. I Terror is grossed out. Just wrap. Let's wrap it up. We won't leave. Let's not leave any crumbs. But
like,
the whole time I'm be like, but Daddy, I love him. You have to say it in a country accent too. You know that.
yeah, she's a mess. I don't know, but we always listen. God bless Tyra. Beautiful girl, like just naturally, like she's naturally beautiful,
Right.
gorgeous. I always liked her, and let's not forget she carried that show. like amazingly. She did good. She kicked,
America's Top Model.
yeah, honey, she kicked ass, and that takes a lot of talent. So we'll
No,
say, so
that's good.
she is, like a triple, whatever they say, the triple threat, very beautiful, very smart, and good on the camera, and good with people, and a badass. I don't know. I've heard, like, I've seen her on interviews where she's weird idiosyncrasies, I guess.
It's
Um,
the self-deprecating humor. It's a lot about, oh honey, I do this. It's like the constant putting herself down. It's like, no, can we keep the fantasy of the Victoria's Secret cover model? And I mean, you talk about natural boobs and the green
yes,
eyes and
had it all. She was like what these girls want to be now. She had it naturally, like natural booty, natural. She had the curves, uh,
yeah,
beautiful girl, naturally, lips, eyes. She was the package, right?
yeah,
I just, obviously there's and here we go. Even a swimsuit model for Sports Illustrated can have self-esteem issues because self-esteem does not come from natural beauty or who your parents are or how
mm-hmm.
are. It truly is as silly and dumb it seems. It comes from within. And
It does.
the more you have outside, and it doesn't match your insides, the more you're going to do weird things to make up for it. These weird, like I said,
Yeah.
secrecies or whatever she has, you know, eh,
Yeah, not for nothing. She's 51. She's never been married. The last major guy she was dating that I guess was, kind of famous was Seal. And ironically, she was really good friends with Heidi Klum. But something else that we wanted to discuss and is what I have labeled the pinball theory, which is that when you Okay, we're talking about dealing with these freaky men over in their 50s now. So what I want to say to women in their 50s, when we are out here and we're not married and we are dating and we feel good and we do want to have a partner, you need to be so sure of who you are. Because if you think about a pinball machine, and I know you can remember one because you're old enough to remember pinball machines, is that first there's a force that pulls back, and then it kind of like pushes you out into the world. And what Tara and I were talking about this is that as that ball, you get bumped up against other things. You have to remain true to who you are. You can't let your personality or your thoughts or your desires or whatever it is get changed by each person you bump into. And if we're going to keep this in the freaky man realm, is that you can't meet these guys that all of a sudden it's like, hey, you want to hang out with me in a strip club? Because to me, that's a slippery slope. Because they're trying to get you to get in with their lifestyle. And if you're not comfortable with that, and I know a lot of women who weren't comfortable with first going to strip clubs, and then it's like, hey, we can go to this swingers club. And it's like a slippery slope or a astral glide slope down.
yeah, right. Holding on to the stripper pole, like,
Exactly. Baby oil is in your future.
uh, wait, I'm gonna say, I see baby oil. Yeah.
Yeah, so Tara, talk about that more on a spiritual level about really knowing who you are at your core. Because if you think about it as the pinball machine, you are going to bump up into other souls that may not be as healthy as yours and give them some advice on how to deal with that, please.
Man, first of all, hats off to you, no pun intended.
I
Uh,
know we did not plan this.
we never planned this, and we're like on the same, whatever.
Exactly.
So the pinball, I was thinking about that. You made that analogy, and I didn't think about the force that comes out and pushes you out. I was like, oh,
Oh,
I didn't even mwah,
chef's kiss.
chef's kiss, absolutely. And that's the thing is, at this age, the beauty of being 50 is the beauty of wisdom of no longer kind of giving an forgiving a fuck of
Right.
like whatever we are who we are. I don't care anymore. I don't have to like impress anybody. And so you have sort of that balance. But yeah, we are like little pinballs and we're always hitting up against everybody. And when you said that analogy, people that have a more forward personality will start making problems with people and hitting them and friction
Hmm.
back. Where me, I was more of a like I would avoid. So I would be the pinball that would hit and probably come right back. And the time where it goes, that would be
Uh-huh. Or it didn't bump into anything.
no, just afraid to even it
Right, right,
afraid
right.
to launch. Hello, hello.
Failure to launch. Oh, I love. Oh, look at
Yeah,
that.
right. That
Okay.
that would be like, and you know, in my whatever. So
Yeah.
yeah, beautiful analogy, absolutely. And you have to be a fully formed human to understand because I feel for these young girls because these men, and honestly, I'm not making excuses, but they don't even sometimes realize what they're doing. Part of the seduction, men are hunters and they kind of like to get prey that's unsuspecting. Like they don't want the prey that's hanging out at the strip club. They're not like, you want to go to strip clubs? Well, why don't you look around and see if there's a woman in the audience
Uh-huh.
on her and take her home and make her your wife? Oh no. You want
Right.
to find the woman at church or the woman at work or whatever. Why? Why?
Do
Because
you
go ahead.
wait, do you think it's the getting to turn them out like they enjoy? I mean, I'm just let's call a thing a
A
thing as a
100% turning
is
them.
to turn out the church lady.
What's this? Oh, it's turning on. They like it's that is the sadistic part of the game. It's the hunting and the calculating. Like these guys that go and
Mm,
put on the hats and they got the rifles and they got the thing and they prepare. They don't, it's the hunting. It's exciting for them. The same thing why they like these young girls, why they go after people that they can't because they want, listen, there are escorts and women who are go go to
pros.
money that are happy to do it. And
Yes.
that's the thing that pisses me off. And then when they get these sexual assault lawsuits, it's a murky ground because you willingly got in a car and went and did this, but inside you didn't want it. But we can't
Mm,
prove, I can't put my soul up on the prosecutions and say, look at my soul didn't like this. I thought this was disgusting. And I was throwing up in the bathroom. And for 3 days, I was depressed and I couldn't talk to my kids because I was so ashamed. I
right.
can't prove that. Does you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's why we have to have our souls. And there was a part of you that allowed it. So you have to get to a point where you go, hell no, absolutely not. Instead of being the pinball that's like hitting up against people, you need to know exactly, I'm not allowing this to happen. I'm not going to hit this and bounce back. Nope.
Right.
I'm going to stay
Right.
right here. I'm fine. Yeah. And I get it. And I feel bad for these women because, like we said before this segment, I really, and I'm not no Puritan, trust me. I think there's just too much pornography and sex that it's like it's second nature. You have it on Instagram, you have it on Reddit, like any platform,
Yeah. Any
any.
platform.
I mean, my God, it's disgusting.
It is. It
And,
is.
and
And
that gets to you. It
it
gets.
does. It does. And you know what else I've noticed too is that I've had two instances where I had one guy, which again was an athlete, who literally said to me, "You want to know why like a lot of brothers go after white girls is because, black people kind of, have been repressed sexually. And when we hook up, yes, this is what he told me. And he was like, and when we hook up with, yes, he said black people have been raised to be kind of repressed sexually. But when they get to hook up with white girls, they feel like they can just let themselves be free and da 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 da. And I looked him right in his eye and I was like, be careful when you play in the snow, okay? Be careful when you play in the snow. You buckle up for safety. You stay warm out there. And he just like looked at me and I looked at him back. I was like, how dare you say that to me? And I was like, because I feel like that's that manipulation you were talking about. And that's what you have to be careful of. This is why
Oh,
it's so important to,
it against you to make you feel like, well, I can do it. Oh, really? And that's the second part. It's not just the physical, let's get
it's
you,
the
but the
mental.
mental, that's I'm done.
Yeah,
Done.
this was the
Oh,
one instance. It was the mental aspect of it. He literally was trying to put me up against some sexually free white woman
no,
who
I
is
got that.
freer, and then to say like, that's kind of what's wrong with like black women. If you want to know why black women can't capture, like all these black athletes want to be married to a white woman is
Oh, it's
because,
their fault. Let me guess, it's their fault because they have morals and you mean they were raised right? And it's their fault? How dare you? But see that's the brilliance of the sadistic shit, and that's what you're getting. You're not getting this guy, you think he's an athlete and you're bringing him to the altar. Look what you got. You got
yeah,
nothing. A wolf
yeah.
in sheep's clothing. I'm gonna sneeze. Sneezing
As
on the
they say, sneeze on the truth. And you have to think about it. We're both in our 50s. And it was like, yes, the thought of me like maybe hooking up and dating this retired NBA player. Of course, I have an ego. There's nobody out here that's going to be like, oh, this could be a good thing. He brings everything to the table that women want. And women, please stop making excuses for what you want. Yes, we want a man to go out there and hunt her and gather and bring it back home. And so we can cook it up. This is what every woman wants. Stop lying to yourself. And if that means that you want a man that has financial means, there's nothing wrong with that. Tara and I talk about this all the time. Men make a bucket list of the woman they want, and they don't deteriorate. If they want to deteriorate, they don't deviate. If they want a white woman with blonde hair and big boobs, they will find them a brunette with blue eyes, and then they will make her dye her hair and they will buy her some boobs. Okay? Like they
Yeah,
get
I know.
what they want. They don't settle. If
No.
they only want to date light-skinned black women, they will only date
And they will
light-skinned black
drag
women.
your ass and be engaged to you for 15 years and will not, and then will marry the first other woman. And you're like, well, wait a minute, because you weren't the one, you weren't on the list. They will wait and wait and wait. Because you know what men have that women don't have is time
Patience.
and Viagra. They got in one hand, they got a Centrum in one hand and a Viagra in the other. You know what I mean?
Exactly. No, you're absolutely right. So yes, so this is
They have
what,
time.
oh my God. Yeah, he tried to shame me for setting boundaries sexually.
I'm
That's
telling
what
you.
he tried to do. He tried to shame me outside of my sexual
You
boundaries.
and that's what they do. That's what these guys do because they're smart, right? They're going to use, and he's an athlete, so he knows how to get what he wants. They're going to go down, and they're not even realize they're going to they're going to first make it seem like it's fun. If that doesn't work, then they're going to try to maybe like use the money. If that doesn't work, then they're going to keep going. Then they're going to try to use competition, right? Then
Hmm.
they're going to try to use shame. And I hate to use the Cassie thing, but look at Cassie. Cassie is the perfect test of this. This is a young girl that wasn't what she wanted, and this man made her into this. Like, and at
Yeah.
some point, is it her? Is it him? And the manipulation of what he did to her, it's sad. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
It's sad.
I mean, let's be honest. He literally turned that baby girl out.
Oh, and let me tell you, women and people, right? They say, like spies in the CIA, they say, if you think you cannot be brainwashed, that's the person that can be brainwashed. Okay.
Mm.
You always have to be aware. If you
Wow.
think you can't be turned out, if you're one of those women that are like, that would never, I would never, one of these, like you swinging your neck saying, that's not me, I
Right.
would do that. The fan in church, you're exactly the one that's going to do it because you don't have your guard up. You
Mm.
can't, that'll never happen to you. And all these women are in that same position. They never thought this would happen, or else they wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
Exactly.
keep
Exactly.
guard up.
So we've talked about all of these guys. So let's talk about which Tara we have talked about before on a previous podcast, but I just love it. And we are going to wrap up, no pun intended, with how to protect ourselves with a spiritual condom. How do you protect yourself from these freaky men out here? What is one of your top tips on protecting your spirit and your soul and not getting your heart broken? Getting your heart broken over 50 kind of it sucks.
And listen, I think, well, okay. I'm gonna say, I think it sucks. For me, it sucks less as I'm getting
We
older.
that comes, you know what, you're right. Caveat. I will talk about the caveat in a minute, but go. I will talk about that in a minute.
Okay, so how to protect yourself. I was gonna do something else when you brought this up. I was gonna do maybe like a little how to put up protection, but I'm not gonna do that because now what I'm thinking is,
Oh.
you know how is by listening to that voice, you need to get quiet, take a deep breath, and feel your body and connect with yourself. You have the best guidance systems. You don't need apps, you don't need friends, you don't need books or manuals.
Mm.
You already have it inside of you. You need to listen to your instincts. If you listen to your instincts and you just listen to how you literally, the best guidance system is your feeling.
Mm.
Guy says, hey, whatever, you guys should have a couple drinks. This is great. I could see, women, we fantasize. I can see us walking down the aisle. I have picked up out my flowers from my wedding and my venue on day one, right? And then when he says, oh my God, I'd love to see you, great. Hey, instead of dinner, let's just go to the strip club. How do you feel right then?
Right.
Like, ew, or
Right.
damn, I'm disappointed. Feel that. And that's your red flag. That's your feel. Your body is literally saying no,
Mm-hmm.
no, thank you. Then I'll do the next one. But we're so desperate that it's okay. I'll do it this time. And we think we can handle it. And then it gets worse and worse. So, ladies and men, you already have everything inside of you. Just listen to your body. Your body will make you feel a certain way. Your stomach, does your stomach hurt? Do you feel nauseous? Do you feel queasy? I have been out with men that literally, like me, I was like, yeah, literally where I feel physically repulsed. I'm like, my body literally was like, oh, gross. You know what
Yes.
I mean? So
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
listen
Yeah,
however
you're
you
right.
want.
And one of the other things too is that I get it. Some of us can get settled in our ways as we get older, but you also have to know who you are at your core. And is this taking you too far outside of your comfort zone? Because I do believe the older we get, boundaries are very, very important. But you also, there's nothing wrong with stepping outside of your comfort zone, but just make sure that you're not allowing that. That's because that's something you want to do, not
If you want
he.
to be a freak, then be a freak if it feels good for you. If that's you, do it. Do all of it. But it has to feel good for you.
You're right. It's back to how you feel. You're right. It's back to how you feel.
And can I just
Um,
say something real quick? I think
yeah, yeah,
I wanna let women know something about me and her, right? The one thing we're in our 50s and we're dating and we're single, we have hope and we have optimism. We are not bitter. I don't care how many heartbreaks I have and how many heartbreaks I'm going to have. Nothing will take away my hope and my belief in God that everything's going to be okay and everything happens for a reason. So we are very two different women than maybe most women because I see a lot of women angry and bitter. Trust me, I've
right.
gone out with two of them that I can understand why they can't find men because after 10 minutes with them, I was like, sweet Jesus, get me out of here. I'm
It's not enough alcohol in this restaurant.
yeah, I was like, I couldn't run out of there. And you know me, I do not turn down free drinks. I couldn't run out of there fast enough. And it's like, women, do you not understand that bitterness, that anger, that those
Comes
little
out.
things that you say that, oh, we're all men and da da da. Please have hope. Have hope. Turn inward. I love it. We have fun. Look at this. That's all I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Yeah. And something else we talked about too, it's funny enough that I think men sometimes can revert back to when they were little boys. Remember when we were all in kindergarten and little boys, when they liked the girl, they would be mean to her, they would pull her hair. You know what I've noticed? A lot of older men do that now.
Honey, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes what I'm noticing is either they are stuck in adolescence, like they think they're back in college and they just want to be with hookers. And I'm talking, these are men that are geriatric bitches. They should be wearing fucking Depends and they think they're going to strip clubs and that, or they're absolute little tiny babies that want a nurse or someone like they're in a wheelchair and they're like, well, now I'm ready to settle down. I bet you're ready to settle your ass to the nursing home. Like,
Exactly, exactly. And I'm so glad you mentioned that. Oh my God. I don't know what is going on. And prostitution is back. Prostitution
yeah,
is
it
back,
never left.
baby.
I hate
It
to break
is girls, be careful. You think you're, yeah, he's cheating, but prostitution is back with a vengeance, okay? It is back, and there's a lot
well,
of
but there's
older
zombie
men
thing.
with the money who are engaging. What'd you say?
But look, they dress it up like OnlyFans or whatever. That's it. If you're giving me money to see my boob or whatever, that is prostitution. Hate to break it to you, ladies. You can say I'm an OnlyFans model. If that's what you're doing, then you're a prostitute. How's that for you? And which is fine. There's legal prostitution. And I
Mhm.
actually almost respect that more. I respect more a man that pays a woman than the other part, the evil deviant.
Manipulating you
I
to,
would
yeah.
rather you go, here's a check, and I'd be like, well, maybe,
Well, it's probably not a check.
yeah, but I'm an old
That's
woman.
how old school she is. Here's a check for some ass. They're not doing that.
Oh, when I'm like, a money order. Hold on, let me get a telegram.
Let's barter your cow for my heifer.
Yeah, two goats and one sheep foot. Oh my God, I can't. You know my
He
ass is
said,
all
here's a check for your services.
to
Oh
call.
no, baby, we're not doing that. Anyway, listen, all I'm saying is that I've seen it. I've seen it in men that are older that are literally like just not even bothering to date. They're just paying for it now. Just like whatever, we're good.
But
Let's
we are
go.
not attracting that anymore. Where's my bell?
Exactly, we're done. We are going to wrap up, and you guys, I am going to allow my partner here to vacillate for a second on a subject which I don't know if we filed this under freaky or not, but this is some French freaks, okay? So, ah, here we go. I'm gonna let you do it. So, Candace Owens, as we all know, I'm not a fan. I will just say that right now. I am not an only fan, a fan at all, a super fan, nothing. She was recently sued by the French president and his wife for basically saying that the wife is a man.
Hmm.
They filed all these papers. There's this whole hoopla. The whole internet went up in arms about, oh my God, Candace Owens is going to get dragged in court. And Candace Owens basically said, bring it. Bring it. I want DNA tests. I want everything. And lo and behold, the suit was dropped. So Tara, what do you think this was all about? Listen, I don't, whether or not the man just, what's her name? I was about to call her Ghislaine Maxwell. Whether or not his wife is a man or not, I don't care. Be trans, I don't care. Be trans, the whole nine. But to bring a suit and knowing you weren't going to do it and to disrupt someone's life, and why are they fighting this so hard? Just, I don't want to get into the personal of it. If that's what you want to do it. It's not what this is about. What do you think's going on?
Well, I know what's going on. It has nothing to do with gender. It has to do with lying, deception, manipulation. That's what it is, right? So, and first of
Can
all,
I ask you a question? Is this what you're getting psychically, or is this what you're getting personally?
both. I've done a lot of
Okay.
this because, my psychic intuitive things, when I see something, then I start to research it physically. And I mean, I could go on for hours. But
You got 5 minutes.
okay, fine, fine. So first of all, I am a fan of Candace Owens. I like her, and kudos to her because you couldn't bully her. I like her. I don't agree with a lot, but that's okay. I don't want somebody that I agree with all the time. I want somebody to push me, and she does push me. I like this woman. Good for you, Candace. And she's going to go down in history for this because she did not balk. You cannot F with American citizens. These people are idiots, absolute idiots. You're going to come, you're going to sue us on our land. Get out of here. What are you hiding? So nobody cares what you have in your pants, Brigitte. What we care about was that this boy was 14 and you were 40, maybe 43. We care about that. We care about the laws that were passed, that the age of consent in France went from what, 16 to 13, and that teachers are not in a position of power if they happen to have sex with their students. France, a law they just passed under Macron. That's what we care about, and we care
Mm,
about the weirdness of everything around this administration and people and children. Have to protect our children, if nothing else. We have to protect. It is about protecting children. We don't care about anything else. It's about protecting children, which is why people are upset about the Epstein thing too. We're back to let's protect our children and leave it at that.
right. Right. And that is baby girls to golden girls. We all need to be protected out here when we are dealing with sadistic, sadomasochist men. So that's what this whole podcast was about, was protecting yourself. I don't care what you do in your bedroom, if that's what you enjoy doing. But if not, this podcast is for people out here. If you are unaware, let's say you've been married since 1970, no, no, not probably not 79, since how old are we? Are over 50, probably since like the 90s. And now you've been put out here in these streets in the 2020s. It is not the same. It is hard out here for 50-year-old princesses, okay? And you better get some street smarts real quick, or you will find yourself in some very horrifying situations. So that's what this podcast has been about. Freaky over 50. I don't even know what else to say. I
50
think
Shades of Gray Hair.
Thank you. Thank you. She said it best. You have been watching our take on 50 Shades of Gray Hair. I'm I Tara.
Say, look, I'm putting projecting.
I'm Valicia Hill. This is I Tara, my partner. Please, 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 you guys. The girl is so good. I have used her abilities this past week. So if you would like a reading, Tara, tell the people where to reach you to get some psychic insight into their lives.
Yes, you can email me directly at itara, which is EYETARA.com. And then we'll put a link for all my socials as well. And also, beautiful supermodel, as you can tell. Thank God that like I don't have to be the fashionista. She brings it every time. If you want beautiful fashion advice, go to my baby girl. Go ahead.
Yep, yep. But daddy, I love him. Anyway, listen, we are done. They have now YouTube. I guess we're on a roll, iTerra, because they have live linked all of our links now in our bio. So we're moving on up. Look at us.
Yes.
Yeah. So thank you so much. This is episode 5, 50 Shades of Gray Hair. I hope you learned something, and I know I did. And so I'm gonna go have breakfast. I love you, and we will talk offline. Bye, my love.